Imagine stepping onto a bustling film set, where the air hums with anticipation, cameras whir, and actors slip in and out of character with the ease of changing costumes. Now, picture Shen Yu, the pint-sized powerhouse of Chinese entertainment, navigating this world with her signature charm, a blend of bubbly energy and quiet determination. Known for her breakout roles in A Love So Beautiful and Meteor Garden, Shen Yu has carved a niche as the girl next door with a fierce streak, captivating audiences across Asia and beyond. But today, we're diving into something special, a behind-the-scenes look at her work in a project referred to as Little Mom, a role that sparked curiosity among fans. What's it like to see Shen Yu, at 28, embody a character that's both tender and complex? Let's pull back the curtain and step into her world, where the cameras don't capture everything, but the moments in between tell a story just as compelling. Shen Yu, born February 27, 1997, in Wugong, Hunan Province, didn't always dream of the spotlight. Growing up in a middle-class family with a history teacher father, she was more likely to be found behind a camera than in front of one, her early passion rooted in photography. It was a twist of fate during her college years at Hunan Normal University, where she studied journalism and communication, that launched her into acting. A friend's snapshot posted online went viral, catching the eye of an agent who saw star potential in her expressive eyes and petite frame. She stands at just 160 centimeters. From there, Shen Yu's journey took her from reality shows like Summer Sweetie to her debut in Autumn Harvest Uprising in 2017, and soon, she was stealing hearts as Chen Xiaoxi in A Love So Beautiful. Her role as Dong Shankai in Meteor Garden, 2018, cemented her as a household name, earning her the 2018 Baidu Entertainment Award for Character of the Year. But Little Mom, or what fans speculate might be a misnomer for one of her recent projects, offers a fresh lens on her evolving craft. So, what's this Little Mom role all about? The search for clarity is a bit like chasing a plot twist in a drama, intriguing but elusive. There's no direct evidence of Shen Yu starring in a project explicitly titled Little Mom, but fan buzz and online chatter point to possible connections with her recent works like Smile Code, 2024, or One Day in July, which began filming in 2025. Some speculate Little Mom could be a nickname for a character she's played, perhaps tied to her comedic or emotional roles, given her knack for portraying relatable, grounded women. Others wonder if it's a nod to a maternal figure in a story, like the heartfelt mother-daughter dynamics in films like Hi, Mom. For now, let's imagine Shen Yu stepping into a role that blends her youthful energy with the weight of responsibility, a character who might be a young mother, a sister acting as a mom, or someone navigating family ties with her trademark sincerity. Picture yourself on set. Would you see her as the nurturing type, or would she surprise you with a fiercer edge? Step onto the set, and you'd find Shen Yu in her element, her petite frame darting between crew members, a script in one hand and a coffee in the other. Behind-the-scenes footage from her projects, like a 2024 magazine shoot shared on Bilibili, reveals a Yaya, her affectionate nickname, who's equal parts professional and playful. She's the type to crack jokes between takes, her laughter infectious, yet snap into character the moment the director calls action. Fans on Reddit rave about her kindness, noting how she radiates warmth on variety shows, a trait that likely spills into her set dynamics. Imagine her bantering with co-stars like Lin Yi in Smile Code, where she plays a copywriter by day and stand-up comic by night. The crew might be adjusting lights, but Shen Yu's stealing the moment, maybe teasing Lin Yi about his cold male lead vibe while perfecting her deadpan delivery for a comedic scene. What's it like to watch Shen Yu prepare for a role like this? Think of her in a quiet corner, earbuds in, listening to a playlist that matches her character's mood. Maybe some soft ballads for emotional depth or upbeat tracks to channel a lighter spirit. She's known for diving deep into her characters, as seen in her preparation for A Love So Beautiful, where she captured Chen Xiaoxi's quirky confidence by sketching cartoons in her downtime, mirroring her character's passion. For a Little Mom role, she might spend hours observing real-life mothers, noting their gestures, the way they balance strength and softness. You might catch her scribbling notes in a journal, her brows furrowed, or practicing a tearful monologue in front of a mirror, ensuring every glance feels authentic. Her journalism background gives her an edge. She's a natural observer, always studying the world to bring truth to her performances. Now, picture the set's energy when Shen Yu films an emotional scene. The director calls for silence, and the crew holds their breath. Shen Yu's character. Let's say she's a young woman thrust into a maternal role, faces a pivotal moment. Maybe she's comforting a sibling or confronting a tough choice. Her eyes, often described as fierce yet vulnerable, do the heavy lifting. A fan on Reddit once noted how Shen Yu's gaze in Meteor Garden conveyed both defiance and fragility, a skill she'd likely bring to this role. Between takes, she might shake off the intensity with a quick dance or a silly face to lighten the mood, a habit her Meteor Garden co-stars like Dylan Wong have mentioned on shows like Fantasy. You, as an onlooker, might wonder, how does she switch so effortlessly? Is it her training, her instinct, or just Yaya being Yaya? The set isn't all glamour, though. Shen Yu's no stranger to the grind, long hours, freezing outdoor shoots, or, as seen in Smile Code's behind-the-scenes clips, dealing with props like a malfunctioning sprinkler that douses her and Lin mid-scene. Imagine the laughter erupting as they're drenched, Shen Yu's beret slipping over her eyes, yet she stays in character, turning a mishap into a memorable moment. Fans on Reddit loved the scene, praising how it subverted the classic rain scene trope, with sprinklers standing in for a romantic downpour. Her ability to roll with the chaos speaks to her professionalism, honed from her early days interning at Hunan Satellite TV, where she filmed behind-the-scenes interviews before becoming the one interviewed. What about her dynamic with the crew? Shen Yu's reputation for kindness shines here. Stories from the Into and Happy Camp describe her helping with small tasks, like fetching props or sharing snacks, endearing her to everyone from grips to makeup artists. On a Little Mom set, you might see her chatting with a costume designer about her character's wardrobe, maybe a cozy sweater to reflect warmth or a practical apron for a hands-on role. Her input matters. She's not just a face on screen, but a collaborator. Fans on X have shared clips of her adjusting her own hair between takes, a small act that shows her hands-on approach. If you were a crew member, would you be charmed by her humility? Or would her quiet focus make you curious about the thoughts behind those expressive eyes? Challenges arise, of course. Shen Yu's face scrutiny, like when her Smile Code comedy didn't land for some viewers due to cultural nuances lost in translation. Reddit users noted that her stand-up scenes, guided by real comedians, worked better for Chinese audiences familiar with the wordplay. For a Little Mom role, she might grapple with portraying maturity while staying true to her youthful image. Picture her wrestling with a scene where her character must discipline a child. How does she balance authority with her natural softness? She might spend extra time with the director, tweaking lines to feel authentic, or lean on her co-stars for improv tips. Her Mr. Bad co-star Chen Ji-yuan praised her adaptability, noting how she'd rehearse late into the night to nail emotional beats. The role itself, whether it's truly a mother or a symbolic one, pushes Shen Yu to stretch her range. She's played bubbly teens and fierce heroines, but a maternal figure demands new layers. Think of her in a scene where she's tucking a child into bed, her voice soft but steady, or standing up to a challenge with the quiet strength of someone who's had to grow up fast. Fans of Another Me know she can handle dual roles, so she'd likely bring that versatility here, maybe showing a character who's both nurturing and fiercely protective. If you were in the director's chair, what would you ask her to emphasize? Her warmth, her resilience, or something else entirely? Behind the scenes, Shen Yu's life off-camera informs her work. Her small-town roots and close family ties, her father's a teacher, after all, ground her. She's spoken about valuing education and personal growth, which might resonate in a role about caregiving. On set, she's likely the one sharing stories about her hometown or asking the child actors about their day, building trust for those tender scenes. Her hobbies, reading, drawing, badminton, might sneak into her process, maybe sketching her character's emotions or rallying the crew for a quick game to unwind. Imagine catching her doodling a cartoon of her Little Mom character during a break, a smile tugging at her lips. As the shoot wraps, you'd see Shen Yu reflecting on the day's work. Maybe she's reviewing footage with the director, her journalism instincts kicking in as she analyzes her performance. Or she's on Weibo, sharing a cryptic post about family and strength, sparking fan theories about her role. The set quiets down, but her energy lingers, a reminder of why she's a star. Her Little Mom role, whatever its true form, shows Shen Yu growing, blending her signature charm with new depths. If you could ask her one question about this project, what would it be? Would you want to know how she tapped into the heart of her character, or maybe what surprised her most about the role? The cameras may stop rolling, but Shen Yu's story, like her performances, keeps us hooked, waiting for the next scene.